Hello everybody, thanks so much for joining me. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michael. We're going to be jumping back into Python Crash Course Chapter 4, Try It Yourself problems number 4-6 odd numbers and 4-7 threes. Alright, 4-6 odd numbers asks us to use the third argument of the range function to make a list of the odd numbers from 1 to 20 and to use a for loop to print each number. We know that Python's built-in range function has three parameters, the start, stop, and step. The start is the value we want to start on, the stop is the value we will end on exclusive, and the step is the amount of integers or spaces we will skip in between each count. Because we are starting on 1, we want to skip every other number, so we want to skip 2 numbers. Starting on 1, we want to skip over 2 and report the number 3, so we need to give a skip of 2. I will capture the range object in a variable called odds, where we will have a range with a start of 1, a stop of 20 exclusive. We are not going to include the value of 20, that's where we will stop at, and a step of 2. We are going to skip every other number starting at 1. We can then say for odd in odds, print the odd value. This will go ahead and print all the odd values in the range of 1 to 20. You can even eliminate the need of the odds variable by directly inserting the range into your for loop. This will report the same data as before. However, this problem asks to have the range object be converted to a list of odd numbers rather than a range. So let's go ahead and convert odds to a list using the list function on the current odds value. The odds value contains a range object of 1 to 20 with a skip of 2. We are converting that to a list and saving it back under the variable of odds itself. We are then iterating over every integer in the odds list represented as the value of odd. We are then printing that value through each pass of the for loop. Alright, this was 4-6 odd numbers. In 4-7 threes, we're asked to make a list of the multiples of 3 from 3 to 30. Use a for loop to print the numbers in your list. Similar to the last problem, we are going to use the step parameter within the range function, but this time instead of skipping every other, we're going to skip 3 values at a time to capture or mimic the multiples of 3 starting from 3 and ending on 30. Let's go ahead and create a variable called threes and set that equal to the range object of 3 to 31, where 31 will be excluded and 30 will be included. We will skip or step over every 3 values to report multiples of 3 starting on 3. Let's convert this to a list like we did before, where we say that the threes variable is now equal to a list of the previous threes object or variable, which was the range object. If we go ahead and print this list just as is, you see that we get a list of all the multiples of 3 to 30. Let's now iterate over this list to report every value individually. Let's say for value in threes, just print the value. We can go ahead and run this, and as you can see, we now get every value extracted out of the list and displayed and printed on its own line individually. Alright, this was 4-6 odd numbers and 4-7 threes. Thanks for joining me.